YouTube, how we doing today? It's your boy Jucker G-Freak. I've been on a bit of hiatus, but we're back. Let's get right into the video when it comes to Ultron. Brand new Marvel Rivals player. I have been playing an absolute bucket load of Marvel Rivals. I put in over like 420 hours of that. 420 plays it. No, we are a couple months late for those people on the Papania. But with that being said, Ultron is probably one of my favorite heroes to date. He's just so fun. He's something different. I'm usually playing like Doctor Strange, The Thing, Magneto, bit of Hulk, Invisigirl, but we're changing it up a little bit. We've changed from that tank meta down to a bit more of a healer, and he does a bit more DPS. So let's get right into the guide of how Ultron works, and I'll show you guys a bit of a VOD of a previous game that I won and that I was also MVP in, and it was just some elite tier 1 footage. So we'll get right into it. First off, we'll go through Ultron's kit. So as we can see on the screen, you've got the ray, so that's R2 on controller. Then you've also got the team up ability, which is the nano ray, which, you know, it's ultimately best for you to use that low to the ground. I don't have any gameplay of that in this game because there was no Iron Man, but if you have that Iron Man anchor team up, you've got the ability to drop down to the ground and just continually heal your team and also do damage through the other side of the beam. It goes through absolutely everyone. You've also got your dynamic flight, which is a side swipe to the right, left, whatever direction you're pulling your left stick on. With circle, you move much faster because at the moment, Ultron, as you can see, he's pretty slow. He's like a big bus. You're just moving around real slow. You're not really fast like a Storm. Or a Johnny Storm as well. So you've also got his ability where you can chuck on the impenetrative patch. So chucking on the drone here, it's in a circular motion. As you can see when I drop this on, the EOM range is right around in a circular motion right there in a field. It's not a square, it's a big ass circle. Okay, so if you're outside of that circle radius, well, you're not getting the heals, but if you're staying near it, which also helps you get healed as well as other teammates that are close by, that is a massive pro tip because you're earning your charge up ability so much faster by doing that, by throwing that drone on. So stay within it. That's an extra person that's earning your ultimate ability. And then last but not the least, we've got the impenetrative firewall as well. Which is, you know, it grants that little bit of health bonus to the allies as well. So you just chuck on triangle, bang, you get an extra 75 HP and then 50 for your teammates, and it helps so much. So if you're constantly spamming that, Ultron is the be-all and end-all to a degree. You know, you've got to make sure that you're paying a lot of attention to your teammates, to your equipment, your kit, what you have going on. Every 10 seconds you want to be throwing this bad boy down, making sure you're doing the damage, and then stay close. In the gameplay, I'm pretty sure I had like over 40% accuracy with my accuracy when I was shooting, so I'm good on controller when it comes to Ultron. And it's really important that you hit that whole burst, specifically the last part. A lot of people say you should aim away and then like do a little flick, like, and get that little, like, I just don't get that. Like, you mainly just want to hit the whole thing, really. Like, there's been some tips out there that you do this and then you cancel and you punch. When I have had a look at a lot of Ultron guides, no one has actually specifically done it frame by frame. There has been one guy, can't remember his name, but he did do that, did the cancel animation, and then went back into it, and it was actually faster to do this and just straight up do that. The main thing with Ultron is that you want to make sure that your shots hit. That's where you're impactful and everything like that. Now, when it comes to using his ult, his ult is one of the most overpowered things you can think of, for the wrong reasons though. You think that it's good for offense and doing damage to people and all that type of stuff. Well, as you'll see in the video coming up, I use him a lot for defense. He's a good defensive ult, but before I pop my ult, I make sure to apply the shield, then pop my ult. So then I heal my teammates up. So this does a 500 burst health equipment. So it's insane. It keeps your teammates alive and well, and good and everything like that. The drone obviously works within the circular circumference, but you've got to understand that if you look away for 5 seconds, or if they lose line of sight, if you go behind a wall for 5 seconds, see how it goes yellow? If you lose line of sight, then bang, it's no bueno. Okay, that drone's going away. You're gonna have to put it on someone else. Now, one thing that I also do as well is I always dash back. I'm throwing it on my healers in the back line and then throwing it back on my tank straight away at the front line to keep them back up. Like that. But you can see that this bot, as a prime example of throwing that drone on this bot here, using my overshield here, and he can take more HP damage as well, and it keeps him away, gets him out of gunfights. But I reckon what we do now is that we get straight into the gameplay. As you can see though, you can use your shield, you can pop your ult, and bang, bang, bang. You can do your damage, and you can also shift and move across. You can do your boost, okay? You can't put your shield on after you've activated your ultimate. So that's just an ultimate ability that I've picked up on through watching, through gameplay myself, and finding what works and what doesn't work. So make sure to pay attention to that in the VOD. But we'll get right into the VOD right now. As you can see here, from the start, I always make sure to stay low, pretty much to my teammate, hitting that medium to long range. I go for the tanks when I can, and I play low when I can as well, because this is the safest spot. I'm constantly throwing on the shield. So you can see within the first minute of this gameplay, I've already earned my ult. I dash away, and then I forgot to pop my shield, but I raise up pretty high out of everyone's view. I keep my Groot up and alive because he was getting damaged quite a lot, and throws the damage in to everyone else to push him off on the offense. And I use my ult, you know, my defensive and offensive ult. Mainly, I think it's a good defensive ult, and people mistaken it for that. But I use my ult as a gameplay to help us defensively heal, but to keep us all alive. So right there, hit the burst and whatnot. I'm throwing the drone down on my team. I think I might die here. No, I don't. I drop down. I had the speed boost, and I popped the shield as well, so we stay alive right now. When it comes to Ultron, it's just such a fun character to use. In this game, I ended up going 27 kills, 1 death, and 40 assists. So it is some good gameplay. Yeah, we are playing in Diamond 3 lobbies, so the competition not too crazy, especially in this gameplay. It's nothing too crazy to talk about and everything like that. But we had a symbiotic relationship, my team and I. When I'm throwing that down, I'm keeping my team alive. We can see the Luna there, and this is where I decided to go on the offense. Okay, everyone's healed up. My team's healing me up. They know what's up. I'm pushing forward. I'm doing bulk damage, and that helps my mag push forward, take that space as a tank. And then I throw the drone back onto the mag to keep him up and about. And, you know, once again, you can see that I've used my shield, used my boost forward to chase those kills. And you can use the boost when you are chasing those kills as well. So I'm constantly hovering that mid-range. And, you know, team comp is everything. You know, I'm keeping the team up, do that long-range damage to build up the ult. Making sure the mag is, I'm close enough to the mag to give him the shields as well. Which is what I'm always throwing down, keep him alive, because I want him alive, so obviously because it's the front line. But look at that, the Magneto just then. He had 4 people healing right there, which helps me earn my ult so much faster. I'm trying to throw a little bit of damage into the Hela whilst I, you know, have the Invisor anyway. And now that I've noticed that the Punisher has his ult, I'm throwing my drone onto him. I'm waiting those 3 seconds. I want to make sure that he can have it. Bang, and there we go. Just finished him off, speed through. I'm a little bit kill hungry here. This is where I back it up, hide behind the tanks. With Ultron, you don't really want to fly too high, because then that's how you get exposed. You get done, you get played out like that, and you end up losing your life so much. And Ultron, you really have to learn how to play your life a lot and stay alive. It's one of those things that I've understood that you're better off, you know, going all the way back to spawn or halfway to back to spawn to play your life than taking the death. You literally may as well just die instead of respawning. It's just so much better, especially with how fast he earns his ult. And the ult is super game-changing as well. So right here, this is where I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to use my ult now. The Moon Knight ult comes out. I don't save too many of my teammates. I try my hardest to keep them up. But I saved the Magneto, as you can see, which is cool. It's actually a little bit confusing seeing the Magneto with red around him. So right here, I was just about to throw my healing onto our Cloak and Dagger in the back line. That's why I went back. But I decided, you know what? Now she's used her ult. There's no need for me to do that. Right now, I don't have my drone out on anyone. A little bit silly. I'm throwing the shields up. This is where I'll probably throw my drone down for people. There it is right there. We got the shields anyway. Put the damage into the Ultron up in the sky. Reloading. He dies. Get the assist right there. And we're focusing on these tanks as we get a little bit closer. Now we're going to try and get this Moon Knight. He is weak. I'm going to chase it. Going around the corner. He's dead. Bang. Perfect. I'm just going to keep building my ult. Build the ult on the tanks. It's an easy target to hit at range. Hit the ult. Hit the target. It's probably feeding them a little bit, which isn't ideal. But I don't want to go too far because I just die so fast. Once again, throw the shields down. Help the team out. I'm going to start focusing on this Ultron a little bit. And I'm going to sit close. I'm going to dash away because I can hear that Thor ult happening. I can see my Groot's weak, so I'm going to pump him up the heels. Pop my ult. Once again, I was a little bit silly with the shielding. I need to get in the habit of shield, ult, and then S dash. Healing up the Groot though. I've got my drone on the Groot, staying in the line of sight. He gets a 2-piece with me, which is fantastic. I'm throwing heals down. I'm getting a speed boost. It's insane right now. And this is pretty much where we escort this package 2 next, which is real good. So I find that with Ultron, he's super strong with coordination. If you've got a team that just loves to throw, which I don't know why we come across this shit, but we come across teams that just want to throw. And it's frustrating, but what do you do? What do you do, hey? Anyway, we'll skip forward to the next bit of gameplay. I'm sitting with my tank again. Once again, natural cover with the building, and I stay low behind my team. So right now, I'm a pretty offensive Ultron. But I do make sure to keep at least a tank or 2 between me and the enemy, so I can put that damage through my teammates, and also throw those shields down nice and close. So as you can see, bang, 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. I'm dashing away. I'm playing my life. Let my tanks take all the damage. I'm pushing back around. We're just pushing back around. So when I'm pushing forward, I'm creeping forward. I'm making sure to make sure that I'm staying behind the tanks. I don't overextend. I'm keeping them up and alive. I'm putting damage in. I'm helping them put a little bit of extra damage. So then if someone does come around the corner, they second thinking like, oh, I just lost 100 HP just then. I'm in a little bit of trouble if I hit all of it. And this is where I hit my ult. Keep my Groot up. Bang. Straight onto the Groot. Keep my Invisor up. Not my Invisor, sorry. Keep my Emma Frost up. And this is where I do the damage. So let's go back again. So Groot's weak. I pump him up. We have our Invisor ult. And now I start going on the offense. Do the actual damage. It was only a little bit of damage to the thing, but it's enough to make him retreat, push back around the corner, and go from there. Once again, throwing the shields back up. There we go. Thing down. Dead. Gonskis. Gonskis. I am constantly hovering mid-range as well. We're isolating this Luna. I try to go for the chase. I use my speed boost. Just missed her there. And then I decide, let's come back because there's no point overextending. If I die, we're in a lot of trouble as a team. But the drone is just being used proactively. Now they've got a C&D. Let's back it right up. I'm not going to be able to move that fast. Let's get out. The C&D is a good, like, you know, counter against me because of the fact that... Now, we lost our Groot as well, which is disappointing. I'm trying to sit onto our C&D. But we lost our Groot, which is disappointing because of the fact that he obviously is such a good tank this season as well as last season. Like, if you're a Groot main, it's surprising that he could even play Groot this map because people aren't even banning him as often as they were last season, but he's still OP. But once again, guys, I am using controller. So ascend is L1 and descend is L2. So they're up to go up and then down to go down, L2 to go down. It just makes sense. It was flipped. By default, it is flipped. But yeah, we ended up changing it up. So I use my ult here to keep up the Punisher because the Punisher is super valuable there. And once again, then I finish off my last shots on the thing because the Punisher is super valuable with his ult. So that's why I popped my ult, kept him alive, let him finish him off, and we just got a whole squad wipe. And there's a minute 30 on the clock, so we pushed him all the way back. Punisher's still alive, which is good. Everyone's still alive from our team, which is great. But they thought that they had us, for sure. 2 of the Punisher popped out. I think I die here or something. I can't remember. But I see, once again, I'm always playing defensively. I dash back, play my life, stay alive. That's just the main thing. Right here, I throw the drone onto my teammate. Make sure she's all good, the C&D. I know that she's all good. I was just about to throw it back onto my Groot, but I ended up dying. So, no good on that one right there. Let's just jump back to where I was, where I'm coming. Get some damage onto this squirrel girl as I come back in return. Nearly got ult. I'm at 60%. Throwing that down. You can see how fast you get your ult back. Actually, that's our ult. Every time, see, it's weird that when you've got your teammates, when you watch them in spectating mode, they're red. And when you've got the enemy, they're blue. It's completely opposite to what the game is. So there we go. Do a little bit of damage onto the Punisher. They've got 20 seconds. They might do a last minute ult push. That's why I'm watching closely. Put a bit of damage into that. The Moon Knight. Once again, I'm hovering nice and low, playing slow, low to the ground. Making sure my team has that extra HP. Here we go. Here comes my ult right here. I save it. I think I end up saving it. Or I might use it offensively. I think I use it defensively because of the fact, see, I'm keeping my Groot alive. I'm keeping my Groot up. Now that my Punisher. Punisher's using his ult. Kept him up. Punisher's all good. I throw the shields down, keep him awake. Alive. Awake, Jesus. What am I talking about? But that right there is the end of the game. I nearly died to the punish. I didn't want to die, so I just zipped around the corner and used that natural cover. But as you can see, you just stay mid-ground with Ultron. You don't want to go too high because your damage fall off is quite a lot. So if you stay lower, that means you're closer and you've got your teammates and natural cover as well as you're helping them with your shields. You're making sure that you're earning up all that ult so fast, as you saw how fast I earned mine multiple times. And team comp is absolutely everything. Now, when it comes to the controller, this is the controller that I use. It's from Controller Mods AU, so make sure to go to the store, get yourself one, and use code JackoGFreak for a nice little discount. And you can see the stats right there on the screen. Your boy popped off. We went well. Our whole team did as well. They did their thing. Our Emma Frost went flawless, 33 kills. But we closed it out. We nabbed it off her because I think I had the 40 assists there and plenty. And you can see that the healing is pretty competitive as well. When you look at their healers that they had. If you add that 2,000 more onto them, well then, you know, it's pretty consistent. We are there. But look, hope you guys enjoyed the YouTube video when it comes to the breakdown of Ultron. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember to be safe, stay spawn as always. Boom, baby. Peace.